Hello everyone, this is P. Mabu Hussain, technical trainer in Narasimha Reddy Engineering College. Here in this video, we are going to discuss about dictionaries in Python. See here. So dictionaries are nothing but dictionaries are collection of key value pairs. If you want to represent a group of items which are collection of key value pairs, then we can go with the dictionary. Now let us see in Python, dictionaries are represented using curly braces like this. Okay, so in the curly braces, each item will be one key value pair. So key 1 colon value 1, comma key 2 colon value 2. So like this, you can represent any number of items which are of key value pairs. So this represents the dictionary. And dictionaries are mutable. Mutable means we can change the values in the dictionary. So if you want to update or modify or delete the values or items, then it is possible in the dictionary. So dictionary is said to be a mutable one. And dictionary is unordered up to Python 3.6. Up to the version 3.6, dictionaries are unordered. But after the 3.6 version, it became ordered. So which means that unordered and ordered means, so whenever you add the items, if the items are added in the same sequence, then that dictionary is said to be ordered. Otherwise it is unordered. So until Python version 3.6, dictionary is unordered. But after 3.6 version, currently in the new version, dictionary is ordered. That you need to remember. Okay, and if you want to access the values, then you have to use the keys here. So on the dictionary items are indexed by keys. So if you want to access or modify or anything, if any operation, if you want to perform through keys only, we will perform the operations in the dictionary. So now if you take a real-time example, contact book. So in the contact book, we will write the name and then phone number. So like this, you can represent the name 1, name 2, then another phone number. So like this contact book can be one real-time example for the dictionary. In the same way, student marks. You can write, you can store the student marks with an roll number 1, colon, roll number 1 marks 30. So roll number 2 marks 28. So like this, you can store the student marks data in the form of a dictionary. Okay, these two are the real-time examples for the dictionary. Next, so what is the syntax of the dictionary? How to create a dictionary? Now, if you want to create a empty dictionary, you can create in two ways. First way is by representing with the curly braces, empty curly braces. D is equal to this empty curly braces will create a empty dictionary. Empty dictionary in the sense the dictionary which is not having any items. Otherwise, you can use another one which is the uh, method dict method, or so no, not method, this is a constructor, you can say. So by using the constructor, you can create a dictionary. Okay, so either you follow this way or you follow the second way. So anyone will create a empty dictionary for you. Okay, so now if you want to create a dictionary with some items in it, so then you can create a dictionary. So like student is equal to, so key 1 value 1, name John, age 20. Like this student data you can store in the form of a dictionary. Okay, this is the way of creating a dictionary. Next, as we know, as we mentioned before, so keys here are immutable and values here are mutable. So previously we said dictionary is mutable. Mutable in the sense the items you need to consider. Items you can update, you can delete. Okay. So now if you specifically say about keys and values, so values can be any data type. Okay, values can be any data. We can take any data, int, float, char, boolean, or any other data structure like list, tuple, anything you can consider as a values. But coming to the keys are always immutable, meaning that the key items must be immutable. Okay, so which must be strings, which must be numbers, which may be tuples. So which are mutable here. Mutable items should be used as a keys, but values can be any data type. Okay, so now if you want to use list as a key element, list is actually mutable. Okay, so now this list cannot be used as a key for the dictionary. Like this, you cannot write. Okay, so key cannot be used as a list cannot be used as a key. Why? Because list is immutable. Always keys must be immutable one. That you need to remember. But values, you can take anything. Any data type you can consider as a value. It may be mutable or immutable. That doesn't matter for the value. Okay, and duplicate keys also not allowed. Okay, suppose if you are having 1:10, again 1:20, like this, you cannot take another key. So same keys must be unique. So it should not be duplicated, but values can be repeated. Okay, you can write 1:10, 2:10. So this is valid, this is invalid. Okay, so keys are not duplicated and values can be duplicated. So this we need to remember. Now, what are the basic operations that can be performed on the dictionary? So we can the basic operations we can add the items to the dictionary. We can access the elements from the dictionary. We can update the elements, and we can delete some elements. So these are the basic operations that can be performed on the dictionary. So let us consider one dictionary. D is equal to some empty dictionary you consider. Now, for this empty dictionary, if you want to add any items, then you need to use this way. You need to use this method. Okay. So now you need to add D in square brackets. You need to mention the key, any key. So let us say I want to store in this empty dictionary students and marks. Student as the key, student name as the key, and value as the marks. So in such a case, first D, that name you need to specify Ravi. So is equal to the value, which value? So the marks value, let us take 50. Okay, then whenever you execute this one, and this dictionary, one item is added with Ravi as the key and value as a 50. Like this, an item is added to the dictionary. Okay, if you want to add one more element, D, Rani. So these are the strings. So representing quotations. Okay, so 70. Now two elements are added. So after these two, so dictionary will be like this. With Ravi as a key, value will be 50. Then with Rani as a key, value 70. A dictionary is created with two elements. Okay, so this is the way how to add the elements to the dictionary. Okay, so now if you want to access the dictionary elements, how you can accessing values here, not the keys. Okay, if you want to access any value, fifth. So now I want to access the Ravi marks. I want to access the Rani marks. How we can access? Okay, so for this we need to use this method. D in square bracket, you need to specify that particular key. So now if you try to print D of Rani. Now D of Rani is the key. Now the value. So with this, the value at that key will be fetched and it will be printed. Okay, the value of Rani is 20 here, 20 marks. So this print statement will print you 70. Right? This is how we can access the items from the dictionary. Okay, there is other way is also there. We'll discuss later. So this is one way. Okay. So next, if you want to update, now Ravi marks is 50 here. Now I want to update it to 90. So then in such a case, how we can update? For updation also, we use the keys only. So D of key is equal to new value. You need to specify. Okay. So D of, so which one you want to modify? Ravi marks. So D of Ravi, I want to update it to 90. So now, then the dictionary now becomes D is equal to Ravi. So now this Ravi marks will be updated to 90. Then Rani. So the marks are 70. So like this, dictionary items can be updated. Okay. So next, if you want to delete the items or if you want to delete the item, how you can do? So now for deleting, there are multiple methods are there. Del D of Rani. If you write, then the complete item will be removed. This item will be removed from the dictionary. Okay. Sometimes you can specify D dot pop. So pop, so right. So this will work in a similar way, like del D of key, how they will work in the same way. So D dot pop of key. Okay, pop of key in the key you need to specify. Suppose if it is Rani, so then the Rani item will be completely deleted from the dictionary along with the key and value. Okay, so now D dot pop item. So this is another one, D dot pop item. Now this D dot pop item will always remove the last item. Okay, So the pop method will remove item with specific key and pop item, sorry. So pop method will remove with the key and pop item, what it will do? It will remove the last item. Okay. So next we have d dot clear, d dot clear. So this will remove all items from the dictionary and it will make the dictionary as empty dictionary. So whenever you write this d dot clear, that all elements from the dictionary are deleted and you will get the empty dictionary. This is the basic operations which can be performed on the dictionary. Next, there are multiple methods are there in the dictionary. So if you want to perform any operation, so then here we have given some few methods only. There are multiple methods are there. Okay. So now if you want to fetch any value, how we fetch it here? So let's take another example here. So 1, 10, 2, 20, 3, 30 like this, 4, 40. So like this, some key value pairs are there in a dictionary. Let us assume. Okay. Now I want to get the value of 20. How I can get in the previous, as per our previous discussion, with the key you can access the value, right? So d of 2. So print d of 2. This will give you 20. Okay, this is one way. The other way is you can use the method also. This method. Okay, so by using the previous method, if you try to fetch d of 7, so this key is not present. So it will return you key error. It will return you key error. But when you use the method, what will happen? Okay, so now get method, it will take one key and some default value. Okay, if the key is present, then that value will be fetched. If the key is not present, then the default value will be returned by this method. So how we can do is print d dot. So now you need to call the method with this dot operator, d dot get, d dot get. So 3 if you write 3 comma 3 comma some 30, right? See, come 30 already there. So let us take this one with 35. Okay. Now, but this method, what it will do? It will search for the key 3. Key 3 is there here. So then that value will be written, which is 30. Okay. So now if you write print d dot get 7 comma 35, then what will happen? This 7 will be searched in the dictionary. As 7 is not available, then the default value will be returned. 35 will be returned. So this is how this get method will work. Okay. So sometimes this default value is optional. Without this default value also, you can get the item. Suppose if you write print d dot get of 4 like this, without default value also you can write 4 is available here. The 4 value is 40 here. So the 40 will be written. Okay. So next print d dot get 7. 7 is not available, as you know. Okay. 7, even then in such a case, it will return the default value as none. Okay. This is how this will work. Okay. Next, if you want to get all keys, list of all keys or list of all values or list of key value pairs, in such a case, this method will help. Okay. So keys method, this keys method will return you a list of all keys, which are 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So on values method, it will return you list of all values 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay. So if you use this items method, this will give you list of key value as a tuple. So now list of key value 1 comma 10, 2 comma 20 as a tuple, 3 comma 30, 4 comma 40. Like this, you will get the items from the dictionary. Okay. So this is how this keys method, values method, and the items method will work. Right. Okay. Let us erase this. Let us go with the another two methods. I'm considering the same dictionary here. So with the same dictionary, I want to discuss the remaining two methods also. Let us assume this same dictionary here. So next, update method. Update method, what it will do? Update method it will take one dictionary and it will update the old dictionaries. Let us check here. We have already this D, okay, which is 1 colon 10, 2 colon 10, 3 colon 30, 4 colon 30, 4 colon 40. Okay, then you take another dictionary D2, which is 7 colon 35, 8 colon 48. Like this. One more dictionary is there. Now you want to add all the items of dictionary D2 with D1. At the end of D, you want to add. In such a case, we use the update method. It is like a union operation. Okay. So now D dot update of D2 if you write. So then this will make your this will update the dictionary D1 with all items present in the D2. So union operation it will perform and the dictionary will become now 10 colon 10 colon, sorry, 1 colon 10, 2 colon 20, 3 colon 30, 4 colon 40, 7 colon 35, 8 colon 48. Like this, dictionary D will be updated. Now D will be a new dictionary with all with the extended with extended values of D2. Okay, 7 and 8 are added at the end of the dictionary here. Okay, this is about update method. Okay, next set default method. Set default method. If you want to add the items to the dictionary, how we added the items? So now D of key 7 this time we take 9. So D of 9 is equal to some 100 if you write. Then with the 9 key 100 value, D will this dictionary will this old dictionary will be updated. That means dictionary will become 1 colon 10, 2 colon 20, 3 colon 30, 4 colon 40. So 7 colon 35, 8 colon 48, then 9 colon 100. A new item is added like this. Okay. Now this is one way of adding the items. The other way is set default method. Set default method, it will access the items and at the same time, if it is not present, then it will update. So now if you write set default, so now if you write key 7, comma default value is 120, then it will search with the 7 key, is there any item is present in the dictionary or not? So if it is present, then it will return the value. So with the 7 already item is present here. So that 35 will get, that value will return. So then otherwise, if the item is not present, suppose if you write set d dot set to default, d dot set to default. Okay. So now if you write 5, 120. Now with the 5 key, there is no item present in the dictionary with the 5 key. So in such a case, with the 5 as the key, 120 as the value, one item is added to the dictionary. So this is how this set default method will work. Okay. Then copy method. So now if you want to copy one string to another, one dictionary to another variable, then in such a case, you can use the copy method. So now let us assume D is this dictionary. Okay, so D is this dictionary. Now I want to copy all the elements of dictionary D to another variable D3. So now you can simply write D3 is equal to D. You can write this is one way. Okay, so again, all the items from the dictionary D will be copied to D3. But the disadvantage of this is that if you try to modify any one of these D3 or D1, D3 or D, so then other dictionary also will be modified. Okay, so now D3 is having the same, D3 will be representing same items. Now by D3, if you change the item, so suppose if you write D3 of 1 is equal to 20, so then this D also will be updated here, D3 of 1, sorry. This one key with one key value will be updated with 20. So like this. Okay. So if you don't want to do like this, okay, that means whenever you modify D3, D should not be updated. If you want to do in that way, so then you can use the copy method. So right, D3 is equal to, you can write D dot copy. Now, if you copy like by using this method, in such a case, even though if you are modifying D3, the values in the D are not updated. Okay, so these are the important methods what you need to know to perform some operations on the dictionary. Now, next one, looping through the dictionary. How you can loop through dictionary. So now let us take again the same dictionary. D is equal to 1 colon 10, 2 colon 20, 3 colon 30, 4 colon 40, like this. Okay, now I want to loop. I want to visit every element in the dictionary. Sometimes I want to print keys. Sometimes I want to print value. Sometimes I want to print key value pairs both. So in such a case, how I can do? So now first way is if you want to print only keys, you can use for loop like this. For key in D, you can write for key. So for key in dictionary D, you can print a key. So then in such a case, all keys will be printed. So for loop will be iterating through entire dictionary D. Okay, so then it will print the keys. First it will print one, next it will print two, next it will print three, next it will print four, like this. Okay, so sometimes you can even write other way also. For key in D dot keys, this keys method also you can write. Okay, unprint key. So this way also you will get the same result. It will print the keys one by one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose if you want to get values, how you can get values? So then in such a case, you can write for key in D dot values, D dot value. In D dot values, what you have? You have all the list of values. So this key will be going to each and every element. Then print a key. Then print a key. This is one way. So now this will print all values, not keys. So instead of key, you can even specify value. So for value in D dot values, you can print a value. Then 10, 20, 30, 40, like this it will print. Otherwise, with the keys also you can print. Okay, you can write for key in D, for key in D. So now this key will be pointing to key of the dictionary. So in such a case, you can print D of key. So D of key means that value will be printed. So which is 10, 20, 30, 40, like this it will print. Okay, so sometimes if you want to print a key value pairs, then you can use this method for key comma value in D dot item. D dot items it will do list of key value pair as a tuple. So now each tuple will be extracted and it will be key will be given to key, value will be given to value. Then you can print a key after printing the key comma value. Okay, then this will print 1 space 10, 2 space 20, 3 space 30, 4 space 40, like this. Okay, so like this you can loop through dictionary and you can print either keys, either values, or you can print key value pairs also. So with those values, if you want to do some other operations also inside for loop, you can perform. Okay, so this is how you can looping through the dictionary. And dictionary comprehension. Next concept, it is very important. If you want to create a dictionary in one line, so then you can write the dictionary comprehension. The syntax for this is in curly braces, you need to write key colon value and you need to write the for loop with the one iterable. So suppose if you are having one iterable means here, it may be list, tuple or anything. Now you have your list 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. Now I want to create a dictionary with these list items. How I want to dictionary is 1 colon 1 square means 1, 2 colon 2 square means 4. Okay, so 3 colon 3 square which is 9, 4 colon 4 square which is 16. Like this I want to create one dictionary, one new dictionary. In such a case, dictionary comprehension will help. So now simply what you can write, you can write this index. D is equal to you are creating the dictionary. So x is the key and colon value will be the x times x into x, right? X square you want to print. So with x value, x square you want to get the value. So now what is the x value here? You need to take x value from this list, right? So for x in that list, suppose if the list is L, then you can write L for x in L. That means x it will take one item. First it will take 1. 1 colon 1 square means 1 it will take. Next it will take second value 2 colon 2 square means 4 you will get. So next it will take 3 colon 3 square means 9 you will get. It will take 4 colon 4 square means 4 into 4 square. So which means that 16. Okay, so like this a new dictionary will be created. Okay, sometimes with the conditions also you can write. Okay, so only you want to create a new dictionary with only even values, one for odd values, then we have to specify the condition. So here if you write if condition, if x modulo divisible by 2 is equal to 0, then it will create a dictionary with all values present in this list, but only for even values. This condition is satisfied, then only it will create. For 1 it is not, condition is not satisfied, so it will not create for 1. So then for 2 it will create 2 colon 4. For 3 it is not created. For 4 it is created. 4:16 like this. Okay. So these are the main concepts in the dictionary. Okay. So in detail we will discuss in the classrooms. Okay. And we can even have the nested dictionaries also. Nested dictionary in the sense dictionary inside another dictionary. See here, dictionary is there. This is outer dictionary, and key is there, and value is another dictionary. So dictionary inside another dictionary. In such a case, it is called a nested dictionary. Now, if you want to fetch the marks of this student, then how you can do data? You need to specify two keys. First key is student one. Then in that student one, again marks you want. So like this, you can specify. Okay. So now dictionaries are mainly used in counting the values, which is called the frequency counting. And if you want to keep the data in the form of a JSON, then you use the dictionaries. And if you want to group the data, you can use the dictionaries. And the switch case is not there in the Python. So if you want to replace that switch case statement, then you can use the dictionary. So why? Because here with the key you can get the value. Okay, like switch case. Okay, so some of the practice problems are given here. So count vowels in a string, group the names by first letter, replace the values which are greater than 10 with a high, and merge two dictionaries. So these are some practice problems what you can do. Okay, so let us uh, hope this clears dictionary. So we'll discuss in detail in the classroom. So thank you. Keep practicing.